Stinkies, and welcome back. Today, we're going to be playing, I don't know, 1 to 2 to 3 indie games. So this could be a compilation, or it could just be like one or two that I really like. This is how many. The editor put in how many games we ended up playing today, right there. But yeah, this one's really cool. It should be like part visual novel, part point and click, so it'll just be like a fun little relaxing thing. And we'll see what we get through. But this is Imaginaria. Imaginaria is both a night watch and the night watcher. It's a military term and is supposedly comes from Latin imaginarius relative to a mental figure. Perhaps because under Imaginaria duty, the mind likes to wander too. Here in Antarctica, we do them since the incident. Ooh, the incident. And tonight, I am Imaginaria. I don't mind doing the watch at this hour. I couldn't sleep anyway. The window is covered with cardboard almost all year round. During winter, it's too dark to see anything, and it helps with the insulation. During summer, the sun at night drives me crazy. That's understandable. Antarctica is cold, and to go outside, you need to get dressed in layers. I would hope so. There is a first layer, or first skin, made of thermal long johns and an undershirt. The second layer is made of thick fleece. And the third layer is water and windproof trousers and jacket. We also have an extra big and puffy feather jacket for the glacier, which smells really bad when wet. Me, I like to wear these overalls. They're warm enough that I only need the first skin underneath in warm nights like this one. Warm nights in Antarctica. They're great for working and walking about, but you can't stay still for long or you'll get cold. This is my radio. I take it with me all the time. It's only sure way of being found. Ooh. There is no phone signal here, and the Wi-Fi works only inside the buildings. When you go outside the station, you need to always take a radio with you and announce where you go. There's supposed to be a radio person on call all the time to register these movements, but you know. Well, I'm glad we took that. That's important. The thermometer says it's only 15 degrees Celsius outside. A beautiful night. This is my laptop, my piece of home. I'm spending the dead of winter learning pixel art and creating a game engine to make interactive fiction. That's cool. Either one will be useful, maybe. The heater keeps the temperature inside above 0. Above 0? Wow. Wow, that's great. My feet are always cold, even with these boots and 2 pairs of socks. That sounds like me. I'm ready to go out. My game was saved. What's this? For the Imaginaria, I need to check every building in the station, but first I need to get dressed and start walking. Oh, well, I already did that. So I guess that's nice. Ooh. Antarctica is very dry, so I keep this water bottle in case I need to wet my throat during the night. I keep it far from the door and far from the heater, so the water is cold but not frozen. So you're saying that if you are by the door, the water would be cold because it's not or frozen because you're not that close to the heater? That's crazy. I don't think I could do that. I'm cold all the time anyway, so being in Antarctica, I don't know. Every time you go out, you need to get dressed properly and take the radio, even in quiet nights like this one. There was a guy who went out to get some cheese and got lost. They found him the next day, scared witless and with hypothermia, but alive. I saw him during the summer. He told me his side of the story. He went out to get some cheese and got lost. He thought he was going to die for cheese. For the Imaginaria, I need to check every building in the station, making sure they're not on fire. This is my satellite cabin. There are 4 in the station. We call them tomatoes because they're red and round. They're made out of fiberglass, which means they're very light and cold. During storms they shake, and so do I. It's not on fire. The tomato. This hatch lets you get out of the tomato in case it gets buried in the snow. Great. Covered with cardboard so no one can spy on me. Why would anybody want to spy on you? It's Antarctica. Who's spying on you in Antarctica? Oh, I didn't mean to go back into my room. Okay. The cove is frozen. It's been like that for a few months now. You can still hear some water moving under, and when the tide is high, you can see the ice moving up and down. Looks like it's breathing. My game was saved. That's great. I still need to check the new lab, the old lab, the new house, the storehouse, the Jiadzi project, the gym, the cold storage, the room, my office, the repair shop, and the incinerator. Okay. This shack is a little shelter people use when they're loading the fuel tanks. Everything in the station runs on Antarctic fuel, a special mix of jet fuel that can withstand the extreme temperatures. Every summer, they have to replenish the tanks to last for the whole campaign until the next summer. Wow. The task takes about a day and a night, and that's why there's a shelter. But after that, it doesn't have much use. This is the farthest I can go on foot. There's a few more buildings out there, but I should take the skidoo if I want to check them out. These metal planks are all over the place. These one in particular are here to help the amphibian boats get out of the water. But you can find them spread around many stations, put to use in different ways or just lying about. It's a very Kafkian story. Many years ago, some station architect made an order for these things in bulk. Great. For some reason or other, they never arrived, and whatever project they were going to be used for was canceled. About 12 years later, governments changed and so did the management for Antarctica. Someone started clearing backlogs, so the planks were bought and they finally got to ice. But what for? No one knows anything about them, and the architect has long since died. But the planks are there, in great quantities. Oh no. The first bad idea someone had was to lay them all flat on the ground and make a little plane runway. After a few crash landings, the runway was dismantled and the planks started appearing all over the place. Ships take them from one station to another. Some end up here, some further south. No one dares to take them back in case someone finally remembers what they were here for in the first place. Cursed fuel shelter. Why is it? Why is it cursed? Why? What? I'm not entering this thing. It's a T3 trap. Last time I got in, I was with the biologist going for the weekly mammal census. It was very icy, and we decided to stop here to put on the crampons before leaving the station. Inside, we found a bag of cookies, only 2 years past its due date. The good stuff. We ate some and promptly forgot what we were doing. The crampons, the census, everything. After debating what to do, we decided to return to the station. It was no use to just stay there freezing our asses. Luckily, after we got out and slept on the ice a few times, everything came back to us again. Oh, they ate some special cookies, I think. I'm recording this on 4/21, so the cookies that you would be eating yesterday kind of cookies. We decided to put the crampons right there on the ice and continue with the census. Here in Antarctica, you get these memory lapses sometimes. They call it the T3 or winter over syndrome. Weird. It's quite a weird feeling. I've never heard of that. Interesting. This is the new biology lab. It was built a few years ago, but it's so badly made it's already sinking in the sand. Nice. Researchers and technicians work here during the summer, processing algae, fish, and the contents of seal stomachs. It often smells bad. Yeah, biology labs often do smell bad. That is true. Blech. Yeah, most biology labs smell bad. But it's the closest building to the tomatoes, and it has a bathroom, which is nice. A shovel to dig your way out in case it snows too much. It's not really being used since the summer. All machines are disconnected. Definitely not on fire. Did I do all I needed to do here? I guess so. These containers are extensions of the laboratory. The two on the right are pretty old and rusty, the other two are new. New could mean 1 to 10 years old though. Anything here is labeled as new until something even newer comes around. This old container is used as a tool deposit. There's all kinds of things in there, everything old and rusty like the container itself. Old backpacks, some sleds, ancient clothes no one wears anymore, and preserved animal samples. It should all go to the trash, but the old Antarcticans love to tinker inside when they're here in the summer. Inside this container, there's a huge nitrogen machine that occupies the whole room. It makes nitrogen to keep samples frozen while they go back to the continent. I see. This one contains a whole new lab for a single person to work in, but you can see up to 5 people in there most times. Nice. This is another laboratory. There's light inside. Hey, already 3 o'clock? Yeah, still filtering those samples. I'm almost done. What about you? Just starting the watch. Been to the storm room already? Not yet. Did you want anything? Maybe something to eat? The good stuff. Nothing older than 4 years. Oh my gosh. I'll see what I can find. Thanks. A hatch to escape in case the lab gets buried in snow. That makes sense. These plastic jerry cans are used for keeping many different substances, and so they have to be properly labeled. This one's for drinkable water, labeled as piss. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. What's this? Can I drink it? Acetone. Be my guest. Don't drink acetone, kids. Don't drink it. This is a plastic tablet we use to write things down with a thick marker while out on the field. We clean it with alcohol so it can be reused, but it's stained all over. Field work involves writing down lots of numbers, but paper is not the best material around ice and water. Electronic devices are even worse. Nothing works well when it's really cold. So a plastic tablet it is. You know, Chris, yes, can I help you? Okay. Look at him, look, there he is, there he is. There he is. What was I gonna say? Oh, so I wonder when this was recorded because I mean, yes, it's reusable, which is really nice, but there's this product we used to use in the field called like Ride in the Rain, and it was like almost like a wax paper. And it was like waterproof, so you could write on it, but it would have like the texture of paper, and you could use pencils, but like you could get it wet, you could get it cold, you could get it like muddy, and you could just dust it off and it was fine. And it's like more thick and stuff. It's really cool. A lot of people recommend it for like places like that rain a lot. So yeah, that's what we use now. I wonder how old this one is. But regardless, moving on. After the water goes through the filter, it's discarded into this drum and then dropped back to the sea. At first I thought we kept the filtered water to study or something, but only the paper filters are kept. I wouldn't know what for though. Don't feel too bad, the previous biologist didn't know either, and it was his job. Oh, this is like a whole process. Oh, I already clicked on this. Ah! 3 water filters, but only one is in use. The water goes from the jugs to the water pump and it's forced through the filter, then is discarded in the drum. The paper filter is then saved in a little dish with some chemicals. So you've actually been paying attention to what I say. Sometimes. A water pump. These jugs contain water from 3 different points and depths around the cove. Oh, that's what they're testing. The samples are taken with a Niskin bottle, which is a sealed bottle on a stick that can be opened and closed from afar. I went once to try and help out with this, but got really seasick. You almost fed the seals that day. Keep your hands to yourself. I wasn't doing anything. I've got mine. Good. Give me a call if you plan to visit our friend. Sure. Our friend. The thermal breaker switch. Energy is not really stable here, and the machines in the labs are expensive. Alright, I think we're done here. This is the old lab. It also has an office, a few bedrooms, and a small kitchen. The overwinter biologist lives here. He's always pestering me to come live with him, but I prefer the tomato. This is the skidoo. We have a few of them around, but most don't work. They're really old, and you can see them in any Antarctica museum around the world. We mostly use them to work on the glacier, but now that it's winter, we keep this one here to move around the station. It doesn't have any fuel. I should get some from the powerhouse. I don't think I've visited the powerhouse yet. This is a warehouse filled with the most random crap. There's helium tanks, old segment of the big dome, a whole portable hyperbaric chamber. Why would you need a... Oh! Okay, that would make sense if you're diving. Construction materials, crate with old forgotten samples. Everything is turned off. The biologist is in the lab. Nothing on fire. That's good. This is the old house, the second oldest building of the station, after my lab. It used to be 2 different buildings, mess hall and meteorology office, and at some point they got joined somehow. The result is a labyrinth of hallways and weirdly shaped rooms. Currently, it allocates the main kitchen and mess hall, the meteorology office a laundry room, and the bedrooms for the chief, the exo, and the 2 meteorologists. There used to be a cyber cafe before there was Wi-Fi everywhere on the station. Since the incident, the radio station and the headquarters also function here. And there's also the only complete bathroom of the whole station, with a bathtub and a bidet and everything. The kitchen runs on natural gas that comes from these tanks. The meteorology office has a direct exit this way. The meteos have to control the weather station every 3 hours. And the weather station is up on that hill. You can see them running up sometimes in flip-flops and a t-shirt. What? No weather guessing is done here. The data is only measured and relayed. This office doesn't need to be inspected for fire, since the meteos are on duty all day and night. And I don't feel like saying hi. This is the mess hall. Fridays we have pizza night, and we also get 1 beer and 1 chocolate. The first winter crew of the station, back in '82. It's full of candy that no one wants to eat anymore. I never thought I would get to the point of rejecting any candy, but here I am. A little coffee and tea corner we can use whenever we want, though it's used mostly by the researchers in the summer. Most of the winter crew have at least a kitchenette or stove on our workplaces. This is the Imaginaria log. I have to sign on it after completing the watch. I still need to check the new house, the storehouse, the geodesy project, the gym, the cold storage room, my office, the repair shop, and the incinerator. I could sign now and go back to bed, but the paranoia won't let go of me yet. Maybe in a few more months I'll be fed up enough to do a lousy job. So this is where I go to sign when I'm done. There's lots of mossy rocks around here. Moss is the only plant that can survive in Antarctica. It grows only 1 millimeter per year. It's really easy to destroy when you step on it, hence the walkway. I'm gonna go back and travel that way still. This building is the powerhouse. It doesn't have doors, only holes, and it contains the generators. The generators use Antarctic jet fuel to power everything in the station. It's very noisy and smelly. I don't even like walking past this place. This place also houses the cold storage where we keep frozen meat and vegetables. When people die and can't be evacuated immediately, they are also stored in here. We had one dead this last summer. He was in there for about a week. The cook, who is very superstitious, wouldn't enter. We ate canned food for most of that week. This is the running generator. There are a total of 4 like this one. 2 don't work at all, but are used to scrap for parts. The other 2 are used alternately and changed every fortnight. Fortnight? This door just opens to the sea. I'm not sure what its purpose, but I think it has to do with loading fuel from boats. The temperature inside the cold storage room is negative 20 degrees Celsius. Noted. There's nothing interesting inside. Oh, this jerry can has some fuel I can use for the skidoo. These drums contain Antarctic jet fuel to feed the generator. This antechamber here is used to keep fresh vegetables and fruit for a while after they get to the station in summer. They don't last long, but it's something. This year, though, everything came down from the ship already rotting, so we managed to eat some of it anyway. These are the Antarctic fuel reservoirs. The Antarctic fuel is jet fuel prepared to endure freezing cold. This building is completely empty. This is the weather station. It's quite old and not at all automatic. The meteos are on duty every day and night, and they have to come up every 3 hours to check the measurements. There's an ant on my desk. Excuse you. This thing is an anemometer. Anemometer. That's what it is, I think. A kind of weather vane to measure the wind. It's badly calibrated, missing the north for about 90 degrees. We've been telling this to the media for months now. Showed him compasses and geodetic data, but he doesn't want to change it. Cool. These glass balls measure the sun reflection by focusing the light onto a little strip of paper. The intensity is measured by checking how much the strip is burned that day. Interesting. I am drinking French vanilla black tea with a funny Skyrim mug that I got at a white elephant. It says, "Hey you, you're finally awake." It's changing when it's warm. It'll show, but when it's dark, when it's cold, it'll go dark again. So it's kind of funny. So like when you pour your coffee or your tea, then you wake up. I probably didn't need to explain the joke. Oh well. There are a few thermometers under this wooden pyramid. I guess they're one of the main elements of the weather station. This little house has a water pump to bring water from a lagoon at the back of the station. This way we have drinking water most of the year without much effort. Before that, people had to bring ice from the glacier and melt it. Making water was a rotative duty like doing the cleaning or trash processing or Imaginaria. And if you wanted to take a shower, you'd have to fish your own chunk of ice. Wow. Okay, we were already here. Oh no, we weren't. We were at the second oldest house. This is the oldest house in the station and my favorite place in the whole world. It used to be a summer shelter before the station was founded. Then it became the main biology laboratory. After the old lab was built, it then became a storage and it held the CO2 project machines. The project hasn't been running for more than 10 years, but people still call me the CO2 after it. People change every year, but the positions are usually the same. So you become what you do. You can be the doc, the cook, the chief, the medio, the biologist, the exo, the CO2. Some years ago, the satellite links were set up, then the seismograph and the other projects. That's when the Earth Sciences/Telecom Lab was officially founded, and this year it's mine. This is the radio station, or what's left of it. It burned down a week after the last ship sailed after summer ended. We still don't know exactly what happened. It was in the night, and the meteor gave the alert after his 4 o'clock run. This place was the headquarters, too, and sometimes the chief slept here. But that night he stayed over at the main house because it was too cold. Saved his life, but he lost all his belongings, his uniform and dress shoes, a toy horse. He cried over that up in my office while we tried to re-establish the internet to the rest of the station. Sometimes I can't sleep thinking about my office burning down too. I'll imagine getting out of my room and seeing the pink gleam over the glacier. This is the incident that brought back the Imaginarias. Some people got really upset about them. The cook lost it, and now he does an even worse job than before. The doc doesn't even do them. Me, I don't mind the Imaginarias. I'm often restless at night anyway. Since the chief had accommodations here, there was a small kitchen shower run with natural gas. We were scared the gas tanks would blow up, but they didn't, just in case we never really touched them. They're still here, seemingly intact. Only remains the foundation of the building and the external metal steps. Everything else, made of wood and rubber, has disintegrated. Wait, how did I get back here? There was a place that I didn't click on and I was like, oh, I'll just turn back around and get it. Ah, here we go. This is a submarine. It's not really a submarine, just a metal storage unit where I keep the big tools. A shovel to dig yourself out in case the door gets covered in snow. Home sweet home. This computer is old as sin, but still manages to do what it should, send data and keep the inventory files. My first duty as chief of this lab is to keep the Earth Sciences projects working all year round. In summer, many researchers and students come to take samples and set up the projects. But then they leave, and only us, the winter crew, stay to keep everything running. Since we're next to the sea, cables and connections get salt buildup and they often break. Things also suffer from snow, ice, freezing weather, and curious animals and people. And people. My second duty is to keep the internet working, and it seems to be all people care about. That's true. An empty tuna can? I thought we ran out of tuna months ago. This brick on top of the stove helps heat up the place much faster than any electrical heater. A kettle to make tea. There's black tea and linden tisane. Some weeks ago, guests came from another station in a small plane called Twin Otter. There's a runway up in the glacier that can be used in the winter when the ice is consolidated enough. They told us in their station all the tisane is lemon verbena, yet another station got all the chamomile. I know exactly how this happened. Somehow it bothers me more than the rotten vegetables. This is the little fridge we use in the summer to keep butter and beer. It's just a hole in the inner wall, nothing fancy. We found this cheese forgotten between two shelves in the storehouse. It's a bit green and mossy, but that only improves the taste and disgusting. This is a headlight, a light you strap to your head so that your hands don't freeze that much. This hatch leads to a small storage area where you keep rolls of wire mostly. Ooh. When it rains in the summer, the door swells and it's hard to move. I keep this crowbar to pry it open when this happens. Okay. The racks. Interesting. I can see the submarine from here. This machine is the last remnant of the CO2 project. I don't know how it works or what it was used for, but it involved big amounts of isopropyl alcohol that we have stored in the submarine. Third Rock has the machines for the current satellite links. I was trained how to handle this equipment for a total of 8 hours. I'm afraid that if it suddenly stopped working, I wouldn't know what to do. Considering I wouldn't be able to check on the internet how to fix it. Second Rack has some old devices used with an old satellite link that doesn't work anymore. And there's also the voice-over IP telephone central. The machines inside this rack handle the server for the station network that distributes the internet to every house. It's a storeroom full of old machines from long-dead projects. This is a very small restroom, almost the only place we can keep properly heated, so we're making beer in it. You're making beer in this bathroom? Okay. When the station is too overcrowded, sometimes the CO2s sleep here, or when the CO2s are too antisocial. I don't like people sleeping here, but we still keep a mattress for other purposes. This radio antenna receives information from the automatic weather station on top of the glacier. This data is also stored to a memory card that we have to change every 15 days or so. Glacial work is fun, but it can get really cold up there. This radio antenna receives information from the Geodesy project. I can go check it if I take this skidoo. To the southwest, there's the protected area and the Geodesy project. Antarctica as a whole is protected under the Antarctic Treaty that stipulates the land can't be exploited or claimed. Only science is allowed here. The Antarctic Antarctic specially protected areas are even more protected, and no one can enter it without a permit. The one around here starts just after the lighthouse to the west and extends for around 9 kilometers along the beach. There are elephant seal colonies, some fur seals too, giant petrels and penguin colonies, gentoos and adelies. Adelies, I think was what I said. The biologist has a permit to enter the zone, with a +1, usually me. He does every week a mammal census, counting how many seals are in the beach, and which types. I like helping with that job. It's a great excuse for leaving the station for a while. There are not many animals now, but once in the summer we counted over 100 fur seals. To the northeast there's a glacier. This glacier, as many others around the world, is shrinking rapidly. We keep track of this in a few ways. There's a camera fixed outside this building that takes pictures of the glacier every 3 hours. This project has been running for many years now. An automatic weather station on top of the glacier takes measurements on temperature, wind speed, humidity, and more. And finally, there are 10 stakes planted around the glacier that we check every 2 weeks. We have to measure the height from the ground to the little mark in the stakes and take a picture just in case. The seal's also in this direction. I could pay it a visit, but I'll need a light. I think there's one in the office. A rolled up mattress. A water reservoir. So I think I checked that. I don't remember how to get back to where I was supposed to go. Is it here? Okay. Now we have places to go. This is the sick bay. The doc lives here and he hardly ever goes out. I don't like nor trust this guy. Hope nothing serious ever happens to anyone, cause we're totally on our own here. I'm not entering this place. He can burn for all I care. Okay. North Pole. South Pole. Vladivostok, 17,940 kilometers. This building is called the New House, and it's just as a long hallway with bedrooms. It was built at the same time as the new laboratory and has just as many problems. I used to sleep here during the summer when the station was overcrowded. We shared a 4-bed dorm between 5 people. Now it's mostly empty, but the bad memories remain. Contrary to popular belief around here, these are not the remains of a whale or leviathan, or any other single animal for that matter. These bones were gathered around the island and put together here, as if they belonged to an entire beast. But they're not. It was just someone having a laugh. We kept glacier ice here, fish from the sea to put in drinks. By now it's melted and frozen again, so it's still ice, but a bit more disgusting. A shovel to dig yourself out. This room serves as a kind of airlock or antechamber, so the hallways don't have a direct connection to the exterior. It's also the place to take off your boots so you don't get mud or snow all over the place. The foyer. This is an anti-exposure or survival suit. We use them when going out with the boats. They're waterproof and they make you float if you fall into the water. They also have a whistle incorporated. They're also full of holes and super smelly. It's a very particular odor that we call suit smell, and it sticks to your clothes and hair. I can see the storehouse and the gym buildings from here. These boots are gigantic. I can't imagine a human foot so big to fit inside of them. Then again, once I found a bunch of guys laughing at a boot they deemed tiny for baby feet. It was mine. House shoes to wear inside the house. Most of us have a few so we don't have to carry them around the station. You get some footwear along with the issued clothing when coming here. These boots are big and cozy, but you can hardly walk anywhere with them and they break in no time. Almost no one wears theirs anymore. I'm gonna save. Well, this was cool. I'm just gonna click through. I'm getting really tired of reading aloud, so I'm just gonna read through and click through the rest of the stuff And if anything very interesting happens, I'll take note of it. But good. Well, how do I get to the repair shop? Yes. Oh, okay. I'm curious to see what this is. Oh, it measures the gravity field. I see. Yay! We're done. Well, not done. So yeah, I had to kind of skip through because I didn't really want to read all of that information. I'm sure very cool, and this has been a lot of fun, but my voice is already getting tired, and I gotta save it for some other stuff, you know? I signed and can go back to bed now. Go back to my tomato, which was this A, right? I think. There's my tomato. Oh, it's panning up. It's panning up. Oh, well, that's nice. It's very interesting. I'll definitely link the game in the description so you guys can go look at it yourself and go see what else it had to say. I kind of had to skip over the last couple rooms because we're short on time and I want to at least put another video in here, or another game, not another video. That's very cool though. Well made. I like it. Oh, this is Evangeline. In 1847, American author Henry Wadsworth Longfellow published Evangeline, a tale of Acadie, a long-form poem chronicling the tale of the expulsion of the Acadians from Nova Scotia by the British. It told the story of Evangeline, an Acadian woman searching for her lover Gabriel. While grossly inaccurate with respect to the historical events it represented, Evangeline is a story about love, and that's one of the many reasons we picked up that name for our game. Life, love, and loss inspired this experience, and from the bottom of our hearts, we hope it has as much meaning to you as it does for us. A date is circled. Oh, it's all black and white now. Oh, but there's blue over there. I assume I'm supposed to go towards the blue. Oh, it's colorful again. Oh, it's black and white again. Oh. Oh, that's nice. I looked at a blue vase and it made everything colorful. Trash day. I don't think it's supposed to go there. Where do they put theirs? Just like by their fence? That's what I'll do. I don't think I was supposed to do that. Maybe here? I did it. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I was supposed to put it over by that fence. Oh, I'm getting sad again. It really doesn't want to do the thing. I don't even know if this is where I'm supposed to put it, but I'm gonna say that it is. Okay. It's very sad and dark. Oh! I look at the blue vase again. Oh! Oh, there we go. Classifieds. What was I supposed to do with Oh, disaster in Europe. Oh, sad. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this though. Okay. I'll take someone else's paper. I'll take all of the newspapers. Oh. Oh. I'm getting sad again. Time to steal sad newspaper. Darn it. Snail mail. Letter. I put it on the table. I put it through the table. Time to go look at blue vase. Oh, is vase not blue? Okay, vase is blue. Sorry, I should. Oh, did it not work? Am I... Did I break it? Oh no, did I break it? Oh no. Did I break it? Oh. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I look at letter. Oh. Okay. Packaged deal. I will take package with me to look at vase. I will put package back in my house. You know, that person really needs to be more, like, considerate. Like, they're literally blocking off the entire rest of the neighborhood with their moving, and that's kind of rude. And it's been, like, a week. Like, do better. Okay, it says crossing the threshold, so... Ooh. Ooh. Enter house, okay. home. Tenant, this toilet is in working order and I can't find the problems you mentioned. In fact, it's one of the finest specimens I've ever seen. Let me know if you have any further issues. Sincerely, Andy. It is a very bright yellow. This is a horribly decorated bathroom. And I'm invisible. Oh my gosh, I'm a ghost. Maybe that's why everything looks horrible. Is this carpet? It looks like carpet texture. This is a horribly... Who has yellow appliance? You know what? I'm not gonna judge anymore. I'm not gonna judge. Ugh. But then... Oh! A whole bunch of letters to Evangeline. Well, look at that. Oh, I was... I faced through the glass. My dearest Evangeline, these are your favorite flowers, spider lilies. I make sure to change them every day for you. You made my life incredible. Our wedding day was a moment that, in some ways, it feels as if it were years ago, but in other ways feels as if it just occurred yesterday. On that day, we began a journey, one that was filled with ups and downs. We brought two beautiful children into the world, and they have been the best part of our lives from the moment we knew our family would grow larger. When I was drafted for the war, you waited for me. When I anxiously suggested you move to a place you had never heard of in order to marry me, you graciously accepted. When I had to begin my residency, you took care of our daughter even when I could not pull my weight. With patience and kindness, love and affection, strength and courage, you helped our family remain strong and connected. There is no one I would have wished to spend my life with more than you. Sometimes life has a different plan. Oh, I think about that day a lot. It keeps me awake at night. This is the only way I can be strong, even after all these years, by leaving you notes and flowers just like I used to do. You always told me that it was in my destiny to be a doctor, but my beloved, it pains me to walk into the ward because it only causes me to remember that dreadful day. When I received the call, it was too late. I panicked. I rushed to you. I frantically asked the nurse if this was a horrible misunderstanding. We loved our son so very much before we even knew him, and I'll never forget the smile you had when we spoke of who he would become and all the adventures we would undertake together. But I never could have imagined I would trade you for him. In a heartbeat, you were gone, and I was never able to tell you goodbye. I was alone in this world, trapped in solitude, raising our son by myself during the day and working at the hospital at night. I never slept much. You teased me about it. How I begged to be teased by you one more time, to hear your laughter echoing throughout our home, to bring you your morning coffee and chat about life, love, and the world. 3 cups, 1 for me, 2 for you, because you taught me to like coffee, though not quite as much as you enjoyed it. In a way, I'm glad that we never said goodbye. Now I leave you flowers and write these notes just like when you were here, for you will always live in my heart. Decades have passed, seasons have come and gone, and the world has changed beyond recognition, but you will always be my world. I can't keep the flowers inside, for being around them too long reminds me of the gaping hole in my life ever since your beautiful soul left this world. Our grandchildren are lovely. I tell them about you every single day, and it's as if they knew you. Oh, how my heart wishes they could have truly known you, for the world is not as rich as one in which you were here. I love you, Evangeline. I always have, and I always will. Thank you for your wisdom, kindness, and love. I hope you love the flowers. You would have killed me if you knew how expensive they were. All my love, Gabriel. This game was made with and about love. Now we need to ask something of you. Pick up the phone and call someone you love just to tell them that you do. We'll wait. I, I will. I will tell Chris that I love him or some. I might call my mom. That is real sweet. You call someone you love too. Do it. It's important. We hope you had a meaningful experience with someone you love. After the credits, you'll be returned to the game where you can read other letters filled with real love stories until you're finished. Oh, that's so cute. Thank you so much for being part of Evangeline. Share this with someone you know so they can connect with their loved ones too. Oh, that is so cute. Maybe I was a little too hard on the game in the beginning. I mean, it is supposed to be an experience. I really want to see the love letters and stuff. That's so cute. That's so cute. Yeah, thanks. Special thanks to Xbox. Special thanks. Oh, that's really cute. That's cute. Oh, I can't see it. Uh, no! I wanted to read the love letters. Ah! Maybe this one won't be broken. Oh, they're all broken. No! Oh, there we go. There's one. Yes, I'm still recording, but you can come in if you'd like. There he is. There he is. It's pizza time. Well, this is a good place to man, I'm gay. Oh, I can click and scroll. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Speaking of people you love, hey, you get back here. Speaking of people you love, I freaking hate my husband. I'm just kidding. I love my husband very much. But yes. Oh, this is so cute. I might take some time to read some of these. That's so sweet. But yeah, this has been Evangeline and some other game. I think we'll probably just do two in this one. Um, yes, Evan will have his work cut out of editing what I already have anyway. So, but I have pizza waiting, and I have a lovely husband to tell that I love him. I know, cringe, gross, vomit, barf. But hey, we all have someone we love. So, make sure to tell them that you love them. And I will see you guys in the next video. And until then, bye, Stinkies. Eat cast, don't drink it.